Hi guys, happy Wednesday. So this question comes from K Sizzle the Bizzle. You're right, it is a kind of funny name, but oh well, I love it. And asks, can you do a video saying the lessons and pitfalls you've encountered while in college, and how has your view changed from freshman year, sophomore, junior year to now senior year? So this is a very hefty question, and I feel that this video will probably spark a lot more videos related to this, and you guys might have more questions, and I probably will continue doing it further. I don't want to try to make the videos too long, but I'm going to try to answer it as concisely as I can, and then if you have any additional questions or if you think that I should do a follow-up video, let me know. So, the lessons and pitfalls. Let's see. Well, first of all, I would like to talk about rooming situations. Um, that is one of the most difficult things that any college student, aside from schoolwork and having to deal with different things, that's probably one of the hardest things you'll have to deal with. Because coming in as a freshman, you have no idea who you're rooming with unless you've met the person previously and sort of locked yourself in. But something that I did was I used a website called Roommate Click. I'm not sure if they have it. I think they called it Roommate Sync now or something. I don't know. And essentially, there's a profile, kind of like Facebook, with likes, habits, lifestyle, things like that on the website, and then you're basically judging your entire year on what that person writes. So you better hope they're telling the truth, and you better hope that your personalities mix in well together. So it can be extremely stressful to have to find someone that matches what you're looking for. And like I said to you guys, there are a lot of things that I was kind of hesitant to talk about on YouTube because a lot of things, not that I care, I really have never cared, but I know it's going to start questions. So I'm just going to come right out and say it. Um, I am not a party person. I don't really like to go out. That's not really my thing. I like to have fun, and that's different. But the whole party scene and going to clubs and things, I'm a senior, and I have not yet stepped foot in one club because I think that it's super unattractive and a little bit kind of, that's not really my thing. Where 18-year-olds kind of go and they're just kind of acting like very inappropriate and drinking and everything. That's just not my thing. So now that I'm 22, I'll be turning 20. No, I'm 21. I'll be turning 22 in a month and a half. So now it's different. So that's actually kind of how has your views changed from freshman year to senior year. I was really against it at first. I didn't think that I was ever going to warm up to the idea of going out. I think out of the first 3 years, I probably only went to like 5 house parties, and that was it. And actually, like, I haven't even gone to one thus far this year. So how has my views changed? You know, I was more straight edge when I was freshman. I was much more like in a box, and that's only because I was kind of sheltered and I didn't really find the need. Being Italian and stuff, like we'll have drinks and things when we're eating dinners and whatnot, and that's just part of our culture. There's nothing, I don't really feel that I need to indulge in more than what I already do. So if you want to call me like a casual drinker or something, I don't even know if I would say that, but I guess more so now, but that's because I'm of legal age, and to me that means something more because if you can hold off and wait for something, I think that it just makes things a little bit more special. So, which is why I have a purity ring. So for those of you that have seen videos in the past, I've had this since like freshman year of high school, when I made the promise to myself. So that will never change, but I'm very much one of those kinds of people that I think before I do things. And another viewpoint that has changed since freshman year is really, having to be a little bit more tolerable of things that are happening that maybe you don't necessarily agree with or that you don't care about very much. I didn't think that I was going to be put in situations, going back to what I was saying about roommates, lessons and pitfalls. I mean, you never know, again, like what types of people you're going to be with, and I don't ever judge people. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just sometimes I try to surround myself with people that agree with things that I agree with and have similar viewpoints because, of course, if you're friends with people, you want to be able to talk to them about things that you like and enjoy, and you kind of just, that's how conversations start. So, even though I have people in different friend groups that, the party people, the drinking people, the smoking people, the non-anything people, like, I have friends in all the different categories, but one of the major pitfalls is going through friends that I have that are into things that I'm not, and then having to figure out how you can all sort of like work in harmony together. So for instance, my freshman year I was living with two different girls and they never really went out, but they stayed up late, and I would get up early, go to class, go to the student government office, be on the skating rink, mingle with people. I'm very like social, so I was never in my bedroom. I would come back at like 11 o'clock, and then they would want to stay up later and talk and everything, which is fine, but that just was really difficult for me to handle because I didn't know how to, mesh with their schedule. So that was definitely like one of the biggest pitfalls. And then, in regards to my views changing, going back to the whole like party scene and everything, my sophomore year, I lived in a suite with 11 other girls. And of course, there's different personalities, different types of people, and having to be in that situation, it was sort of split. I think half of us basically didn't go out and half of us did. And, my roommate was one of those people that did go out more, and there's nothing wrong with that. We roomed for 2 years, and it worked out perfectly because we both understood our boundaries, and, that I didn't and she did, and then we respected each other's sleeping patterns, that if she would come in late, she would keep the lights off and I would wear a mask, and if she would study, that she would have her light on her desk, and I would just sleep with my mask on. So you really have, the lessons that you learn, you have to learn how to be tolerant, you have to learn how to be how to cooperate, you have to learn to be flexible, how to be a little bit more open to things, and again, I'm one of the most black and white kind of people. As creative and as outgoing as I am, I like structure for things. So this was one of the biggest things that I had to deal with when I went to college, is the living situation and having, the crazy idea of having guys come over, and that was super weird for me because obviously, like, I had never experienced that before, and I didn't really have a boyfriend until, my first boyfriend wasn't really until, like, my sophomore year of high school. There was, like, someone that I kind of had, like, a puppy love relationship with, but, my first, like, actual boyfriend was, like, sophomore year of college. So, when people would bring their boyfriends over, I was really uncomfortable, and so these are all like pitfalls, like rooming situation and personality clashes and lifestyle clashes. Like, you're going to have to deal with this anywhere that you go, and obviously it's different because when you're in the workforce, you don't live with these people, but college is really a place where you can test your own limits, see what you feel comfortable as a person. It really helps you grow as an individual. I mean, I have stories for every single situation, which is why I really wanted to start making this channel all new and make videos once a week, because there's so much now that I want to talk about, and I'm ready to finally share everything. So those are really, the lessons that I learned, the pitfalls that I had, having to deal with, emotional roller coasters of having to deal with, different things with friends and still having tests the next day and projects to deal with. Like, these are all pitfalls that life just gets thrown at you, and you really have to just refocus. And one of the biggest lessons that I think I learned was, and it still hurts me to say it, but nobody's perfect, even though I just try to make sense of everything and think 5 steps ahead of everybody else. One of the biggest lessons that I learned is really, you just can't do everything and be everywhere at once. And for me to admit that, especially to all of you, is like a huge thing for me, because I've always been the kind of person that like wants everything to be put together. Like, when I was in high school, it was very structured, everything made sense, and then you come to college and you handle situations that you've never had to handle before, and you really have to put yourself out there. Like, now it's no longer, oh, well, mom told me I can't go out, or oh, mom told me this, or oh, dad told me this, or oh, whoever you live with, like, tells you can't do this. This is now your decision. If you don't want to do something, you have to man up and admit to someone, okay, well, I don't feel comfortable doing this, and there are certain things that, even though I've loosened up from freshman year to sophomore year to junior year to now senior year, there's still a lot of things that I'm still sort of straight edge about, but I'm at least a little bit more tolerable, and I have a different way of expressing myself, a different way of, sharing my viewpoints on things, so I can have people understand where it is that I'm coming from. But, there's so much that gets thrown at you that I have grown up so much in these past 4 years, especially over this past year, being a resident assistant and having residents to take care of and dealing with, things that they're going through. I'm almost vicariously living through them, as I feel like I'm a freshman again this year, but it's just, now it's a little bit easier for me to even share these things with you because now I'm seeing what they're going through, and I can help you guys even more, like specifically about freshman year. So it's already been 10 minutes. This is so insane. Like I said, this is probably going to be a topic that will, you know, sort of come and go in different types of videos, but now that I'm sort of like getting into the swing of making videos, I'm going to, you know, continue doing ones that I'll probably actually upload, but this is helping me to just answer your questions specifically for one video. So I hope that this helps. Like I said, if you have any additional questions, want me to further explain something, you know, leave me comments below. Any questions that are down below will be featured in, you know, your question will be answered in a future video. So make sure to do that. Follow me on Twitter to know what's up. Like my Facebook page, all the links are down below. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope this helps, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!